Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back from the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into Grand Voyage level 5 at LougeTown against Smoker the White Hunter. Now, yes, there is a new Grand Voyage. I'll get to that in a little bit, but to get to that, I had to complete level 5. Well, just completed in general. Now, I had done level 3 because I did have all the pieces to the puzzle of the team they wanted you to use, just not the investments and all that other crazy stuff. However, I did come across a pretty tasty team from Forest. I will leave a link to his video and his channel down below. Make sure to head over there, hit him with a like, hit him with a sub before you watch this video. I want to see that video get to 10,000 likes before we even get to 5 on this one, because this team, honestly, was actually really good, and honestly, really big brain. The way that Grand Voyage changes the structure of team building and the mindset of team building is really interesting. Something that I do struggle with as a team builder, but something I do want to get better at. So I do want to give him a huge shout out for this team. It was really interesting. I really liked it, and I'm glad that it worked. You do need 6 fighters on the crew, 6 Psy units on the crew, and then one of them needs to be a Monkey D. Luffy. So the team looks a little bit like this. It is led by Gear 5, the Fighter Psy 6-star Gear 5 unit. Now, mine is only level 1 rush. It's only non-limit break expanded, and this team actually still worked. With this unit, you can use the Grandpa Heo support for 2 turns of attack down. But if you are trying this team, you need to make sure you have a ship that can remove 1 turn of attack down. Now, I'm using the Gran Tesoro ship at level 12. However, I believe in his video, he used the Merry Go, which has 1 turn of attack down. It might be the Thousand Sunny. I might be mixing them up. But as long as it removes 1 turn of attack down, you are going to be in a really good spot. Next, we have V2 Boa 6+. Now, this unit does need to be level limit break 5. That way, she gets access to the threshold reduction for 6 turns, or 3 turns, as long as you have a Luffy on the team. She is then a color affinity booster for 2 turns, plus she gives you a conditional boost. She works exceptionally well, not only for the first stage, but the final stage as well. Next, we have Whitebeard and Marco, one of the newer 6+, the worst 6+ in the game, according to the Good, Great, Perfect awards show. However, in this content, they work exceptionally well. They have a swap ability that removes paralysis. Their special can give base stats, which is very interesting. Plus, they have access to the Jozu support, who is your other 2 turns of attack down removal for stage 4, I believe. On Boa as well, we're using Gil Tesoro. He can go on any Psy unit. Basically, what he does, he rotates unfavorable orbs or in orbs into Psy at the final stage, which just guarantees us that full border orbs. Next, we have Katakuri, V2 Katakuri 6+, another unit that does need to be super evolved, and I believe level limit break 5. He's going to be our attack booster for this particular team. He's going to give us a 2.25 times attack boost, and then he gives us a carryover effect, as long as we have normal attacks only, which we actually do. Now, the way they want you to use this character is they blow away your captains after turn 1, and then they want you to use him on turn 2, so that way you can use the tap timing to kill. But for this team, he's actually our attack booster, which is super interesting. He has the Cracker support, so that way we can get around the chain multiplicative buff and give ourselves a chain boost. Plus, then that actually gets increased thanks to Whitebeard and Marco as well, which is a really interesting ability. Finally, we have the Treasure Map Chopper at Limit Break Expansion. He's the treasure map unit, can easily limit break expand him. He's great here because he has a full heal, which is essential. Plus, he gives a resistance to Psy units, so that way we're doing 30% more damage. Plus, he has access to the Nami support. Nami is going to give us 1 turn of cooldown and remove 1 turn of paralysis. She's basically here for the cooldown, really, because Whitebeard and Marco can actually remove paralysis with their swap as well. But with Nami, the swap of Whitebeard, Marco, and then their special, we can get around a bunch of paralysis here. Now, as for the friend captain that we are using for this particular team, we have a full team of 6 Psy units, we have a full team of fighter units, and then our friend captain is going to be Sabo. The super type 6+ Sabo is our friend captain. He's exceptional because he gives a color affinity buff and a chain buff that he can then carry over into the final stage. His captain ability buffs Psy units, and he heals on every perfect, which is great. He makes orbs matching as well, which is super nice, and he increases chain multiply growth rate, so your final unit is hitting really hard, which means that the rush ability of Luffy goes incredibly well. Plus, he has a super type, which is essential for this team. You just need Luffy on the team. He burns for 2 turns. And he gives tap timing bonuses for 1 turn, which helps you guys take out turn 1. On top of all of this, all this shenaniganry, you do need a couple of sockets. The sockets look a little bit like this. Some notable sockets that you do need are poison resistance at level 1, so you take 20% less damage from poison, as well as poison orbs, which is essential because we are tapping through those poison orbs. We do need level 3 resilience. It'll occasionally prevent defeat, which is, again, essential because we do need to tank that final shot. So, in today's video, you aren't going to see it, like, clearing, because I didn't get to proc in the video, and I'm not just going to keep recording this and wasting stamina over and over and over again to get that when we obviously know that the resilient sockets will work. Auto heal, bind, despair removal, all that kind of stuff is essential. But another thing I would recommend is having damage reduction a little bit higher than what I have. I had it at level 10, level 2. You can get it to level 3, so you take less damage. And basically, that's the team. So with that said, let's dive into the run. Alright, so that was the team. Let's do it. Diving into level 5, Smoker the White Hunter at LougeTown Grand Voyage. Now, on turn 1, we come up against Buggy, Sanji, and 2 just mob units. Now, the mob units are a little bit interesting. Sanji's going to fully charge your middle row, so that's why you want the team to look like this. You are going to take 21 turns of recovery bind, so you do want to have recovery bind sockets maxed out on this particular team. You're going to take 2 turns of burn, you're going to take a 99% HP cut, and the enemy has 1 turn of threshold. We're going to use Boa on turn 1. Straight off the bat, we're going to use Boa to give ourselves color affinity, remove the threshold, and give us a conditional to delay. And then Chopper is going to give us a full heal, as well as give us the resistance for Psy units. Now, you want to target the top left unit first. That's very, very important. So then Chopper's damage hits him, not the unit at the back right. Very important that you guys do that. Switch with Whitebeard Marco so you have another Psy unit hitting. Use the super type of Sabo, and then tap with Whitebeard first to kill the mob unit, and then move into your other units by tapping Buggy. You need to keep the back right-hand unit alive, so that way you can get your captains back, because when you kill Buggy, you take a 90% HP cut, something like that, and then you lose your captains for 2 turns. On top of this, for 9 turns, you're going to get unfavorable orbs over and over and over again. So having Boa with her Sailor ability to make in orbs matching is a godsend here, so that way she can kill this particular unit in the back. Your units will go down to 1 turn of being blown away, and then that's going to be removed thanks to the interrupt on the next stage. So that way, on stage 2, you actually get your captains back. Now, as you guys saw, when you kill that back mob unit, you take 7 turns of paralysis on your sailors or your entire crew, which is a little bit annoying, and you take another HP cut. And then moving on to stage 2, you are going to get a full board of either paralysis orbs or super bomb orbs. Now, as you guys saw with my run, I actually closed the app because I had too many super bomb slots. I don't think that this is going to be a problem, but I would highly recommend closing the app or bringing it up and down, or let us know in the comment section, Forest, if that is a huge problem if you get too many super bomb orbs. I believe Forest had 2 super bombs and then the rest with paralysis orbs, but having a few orbs with matching, being either recovery or Psy, is going to help you guys out just a little bit, because Whitebeard and Marco will give you some recovery orbs. Having some recovery orbs is great, because that's going to increase your HP threshold. Use the Sabo special here for color affinity. Tap with those recovery orbs or your other orbs, whichever ones you get, and then kill on this particular stage. Now, you don't want to take any damage from bomb orbs. You want to avoid them as much as possible. That's why like 50-50 is a good ratio, or even having more orbs than super bomb is going to be more effective, just so that way you don't have to worry about taking too much damage. Moving on to stage 3 against Alvida, all your type orbs are going to become poison orbs anyway. So the more type orbs you have, the more poison orbs you're going to get, and then the more super bomb orbs is the more chance that you can miss your perfects, and then that way you take super bomb damage. But if you're good at your taps just like that, or you hit greats with the poison orbs, you are going to be in a really, really good spot. Something to note on turn 1 as well is you get 10 turns of a very small orb buff. So having matching orbs is actually very, very good here. So that way you can actually just continuously do a lot of damage with those orbs. Now on stage 4 against Buggy, he only allows you to use 2 specials for 2 turns. He is going to give you an attack down for 5 turns. So that's where your ship and your supports come into play. And then with the Katakuri special, you can actually get an attack boost with the carryover effect, because you actually get normal attacks only earlier on this particular fight. Switch with Whitebeard and Marco now. We use them to remove the paralysis and stuff like that, as you guys saw earlier with the Sabo special, and then use Sabo on stage 3 with the carryover effects, and that way you can easily kill on this stage. As you can see, there's so much damage, there's not a problem taking out Buggy and the lackeys. I actually use the recovery orb of Whitebeard Marco to give myself some more healing, because you do need to tank that death damage from Buggy. Moving on to the final stage, Smoke is going to hit you for around 100,000 damage. It will kill you. No matter what happens here, you just need to tank the damage to get to this point, so you die, and then you use the Luffy revive to go into the Gear 5 state. That not only allows you to continue the run, but now we go through defensive effects, and that means we don't have to worry about that barrier in the back. Now, there is a intimidation against color affinity. You will lose 1 turn of it, so that's where Boa again is so good for this fight, because Boa gives you 2 turns of color affinity. You have the Chopper special back because he's just that good. You're gonna get a 10% psi resistance, and literally with that tiny little orb buff, the carryover of Katakuri, the resistance, the conditional boost, and the color affinity, you have enough damage to take out this entire team. Now, you do want to make sure that you use Luffy's Rush last, so that way you're doing all of that damage to Smoker. Everyone else is hitting the units in the back. As you can see, like, I just had enough to kill everyone. And then with my level 1 Rush, level 99 Luffy, we managed to absolutely decimate poor old Smoker. Now, this is where you need your resilient sockets to kick in. Once resilient sockets kick in right here, it will come up clear, and you will be absolutely hunky-dory getting level 5 done. But hopefully this one, you guys enjoyed this one. Hopefully it helps you guys out like it did me. If it did, make sure to go down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, head over to Forest videos, hit him with a like, hit him with a subscribe, do all that good stuff over there. But most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.